Okay. Namaskar and good evening to everyone joining us here today. First of all, before we begin, I'm going to ask everyone to please mute yourselves and make sure that you stay muted throughout the entirety of the program, just so that we can hear everyone. And first of all, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your Saturday and joining us here tonight to support the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club. Welcome to the 4th Youth Oratorical Contest. Before we begin, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Zenith Rai, and I will be your MC for tonight's program. I recently graduated from Brandeis, and I currently work for the Veterans Health Administration as a research assistant. I am passionate about helping my community, and I'm also one of the vice presidents for the Sagarmatha Leos Club, which is a newly formed youth-led organization sponsored by the Hartford County Lions Club. Our Leo president, Mamta Malla, is also here today. And I'm very excited to represent our club and to be hosting tonight's program. The Youth Oratorical Contest is one of my personal favorites because it really is a chance to showcase the talents of our youth. It gives a platform for the voices of the youth in our community, which in turn helps to empower them and create a better community. I would now like to introduce the Oratory Contest Program Coordinator and the first Vice President of the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club, Lion Jayarai, who also happens to be my dad. He is deeply involved in community service in many different organizations, including but not limited to the Nepalese Association of Connecticut, the United Kirat Rai Organization of America, and this Lions Club. He is especially dedicated to youth education and empowerment, which is reflected in the fact that he has been coordinating the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club Oratorical Contest since 2017, so 4 years now. I now invite him to please welcome the program and to highlight the contest regulations.
Hello, everyone. Good evening and namaste. First of all, I would like to thank you all for being here today, especially to all the participants and their supportive parents. Without your participation and support, this program wouldn't have been possible. District Governor 23B and today's Chief Judge Heidi Jakira, first Vice District Governor and today's Judge Ed Fenton, another Judge Lion Dr. Gandhi Bhattarai, Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club Charter President John Chair, Lions 23B Raj Shrestha, second VDG Lion Dave Roberts, Charter President of Greater Orlando Lord Buddha Lions Club, Lion Nijananda Molla, Lumbini Lions Club President Narendra Dev Panta, Sagarmatha Leo Club President Leo Mamata Molla, heads of various organizations, dear fellow Lions, and everyone who have joined us today. Welcome to the 4th Hartford County Everest Centennial Oratory Contest. The Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club was established in 2017 with the primary objective of taking interest and action in the future of our community. With this mission in mind, we decided to start an annual oratory contest to serve the youth of our community. And we have been hosting this event for 4 consecutive years. Every year we have different themes that are related to our time and society. And this year's theme is COVID-19, Challenges and Opportunities. Due to the COVID-19 situation, this year we are conducting the contest in a different format. In lieu of the formal sit-down in-person program, this year's contest is conducted and assessed entirely online. Any students currently in middle school or high school are invited to participate. The participants were given 3 to 5 minutes to express their critical and analytical view on the theme. The video entries of the participants' speeches were collected, then distributed online for judges to assess. A panel of 3 judges have evaluated the video speeches on its originality, content of speech, delivery and presentation, and personality. Today, we are holding this viewing program via Zoom to watch the speeches as well as to announce the first, second, and third place winners. Once again, I would like to thank you all for being here today, and I hope you enjoyed this celebration of our youth's voices. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And now I would like to request the MC of today, Leo Zinit, to continue the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba, or Lion Jayarai. So now I just want to take a moment to introduce the judges that we have for today's contest. Our chief judge is District Governor of Lions District 23B, Heidi Zakura. She has been a Lion for the last 20 years, and she is a member of the Avon Lions Club, where she has served as a president for multiple times. I now want to invite District Governor Heidi just to unmute yourself, say hi so that we can see you.
Hello, everybody. It's so great to be here with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, DG Heidi. So our second judge is the first Vice District Governor of Lions District 23B, Connecticut. Sorry, that's like a mouthful. Ed Fenton. He has been a Lion for 21 years, and he is also a member of the East Hartford Lions Club and has served as the president of the club. So now I invite first VDG Ed to just hop on and say hi.
Namaste. Hello, everyone. Thank you for including me in your contest this year. I've enjoyed it the past couple of years when I've had the chance to watch, and enjoyed hearing all the speeches already this year. Thank you.
Thank you, VDG Ed. Our third judge is Dr. Gandhi Bhattarai, who is a member of the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club. He has served as the chief advisor of the Nepalese Association of Connecticut and is an active member in community service and in our community. He is the second vice president-elect of the Lions Club as well. So I invite Dr. Gandhi Bhattarai to come on and say hi.
Namaste, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and this is my second year and very different year this time. I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to judge.
Thank you, Gandhi Uncle. Okay, so now we will go into the speeches. So this year we had 8 contestants, and the contestants' name, I'm just going to read them out as well as which high school or school that they come from. Aliska Sapkota from Hall High School, Vivav Sharma from Mansfield School and Stores, Darshan Hamal, also from Mansfield Middle School, Donna Gurung from Conard High School, Janaki Neopane from Edwin Smith High School, Kushal Gowli from Sedgwick Middle School, Om Neopane from Mansfield Middle School, and Sadhana Lama from Edwin Smith High School. So those are our contestants. And now we will go into the viewing of the speeches. So now I'll ask Mamta to put up the first contestant, Aliska Sapkota.
Hold on.
Hello. It's been exactly 1 year since the pandemic started. And I think in the beginning it was new, it was interesting, and it was exciting. It was 2 weeks away from all the stresses in our lives, whatever they may have been. But then I think we realized it got old really fast because it just wasn't exactly what we wanted. It was just things we had to do because it was the only thing that we could potentially do. And I think that was the real challenge, that we didn't have control and we couldn't change something just because we wanted to. Like for me, my daily life, I think, has always been monotonous. It's always been the same. I don't like changing things. But I realized that I did have the option to change something, and I could go out and do something that I don't do every day. But during the pandemic, I couldn't do that. I had to stay at home because it was the only thing I could do, and it was the only way to keep myself and everyone else safe. And I did that. I don't regret it, but it wasn't what I wanted. And I think it was the same thing with communication, where we had the choice between communicate with people through online things like Zoom, or just don't talk to people. And I don't think we want to just not talk to people. And so we obviously chose to do it online, but it's not the same as face-to-face communication. I think we have all our parties, we have our graduation, we have school and work because we like the face-to-face communication that comes with it. It's something that we need as humans, and we lost it. And that was very hard. And I think the last challenge for me specifically was realizing how selfish people were in not wanting to wear a mask, because their comfort seems to be much more valued than the safety of everyone. For me, those two things aren't in the same level of necessity. And so I wear my mask because I like to keep people safe. I like to keep myself safe. And it was just hard to see other people not make that same decision or see it in that way. And I think we saw how broken our government was, in that it wasn't able to help us take care of what we needed. It didn't provide us the things we needed at that moment. It definitely did not provide us the leadership we definitely wanted. But I think we did see leadership within our smaller local governments and our state governments. And I think that's the positive, where you see people step up and make change because they want to help the people around them. We saw people provide food, and we saw politicians do things that helped their people with what they needed. We saw our schools hand out devices and internet, all of things which we needed to have our sense of normalcy, which we had lost. And I think we saw people try to stay home and do the right thing, because although we couldn't do much, it was the only way we could help what was going on. And so I think the things that I will definitely take away is how important the people around me and the immediate friends and family I have, and how important they are, because I don't think we could have gotten through the year without having people by our side, and having our community provide us the things that we needed at the moment. Because while we do need change for long-term problems, we have to help daily necessities. We have to provide daily necessities, and we saw our communities do that. And I think we realized how important having leadership and having people who can provide us correct information really was. And I think those are just so important to take away. And I definitely will not look back fondly at this year, but because of the challenges. But I think we do have to realize that it wasn't all just bad, that there were good things that we saw. Yeah. All right. Bye.
Okay, thank you, Aliska. So our second speech is by Vivav Sharma. Go ahead, Vamta. I don't think you can hear it. Maybe you have to unmute yourself.
Okay. I couldn't get used to it. Many people. Can you hear now? I think COVID-19, it brings a lot of challenges and opportunities. Many people can do different things, and there's definitely harder times than others. And so first off, I think wearing a mask, it's just extremely difficult for some people. And at first, I think it was difficult for everyone. If like none of us were used to it, and I couldn't get used to it. Many people refused wearing masks and stayed home, and it's a challenge that we all face. But I feel like over the time, many people have gotten used to this challenge, and they're trying to overcome it. And I think it's just nice to see how people are sort of evolving and trying to fit in with their environment. They're trying to be how they used to be, trying to fit in with the world as how it used to be. And many people, I see many babies and little kids, they're like refusing to wear masks, and it's reasonable for them. I mean, they're little, they don't. I guess they sort of don't understand the current state, and I think it's totally fine, but it's a challenge that we should all try to overcome, even if you're little and you don't understand. The parents should be able to try to teach their kids that you have to wear masks. Like it's just a thing to keep your own safety and keep others safe from you. Like, everybody has to do it. It's just a thing that we all do. And COVID-19, it's not only about like yourself. It also has many challenges to other families. I see many unemployment cases in the news. I hear about it all the time about how unemployment cases have peaked, and it's sort of devastating to see. I had a friend who was super successful. His family was super good and nice, but now they're barely surviving on any food. Both of his parents lost their jobs. It's just devastating to see, because at a time like this, during a pandemic, I feel like it's sad for them to have to go. I mean, it's sort of sad for them to go through this, because it's just difficult in general. There's a pandemic, not much food, and especially with all the weather and extreme challenges we're facing in many states, I feel like it's difficult to survive. And I mean, not only challenges, but due to these challenges, I think many opportunities have risen. Many people are volunteering in food banks, and many people donate money, food, clothes to those who need it. And I think it's cool how people can participate in things like these to sort of help their community out. And they're taking their time in. They're not forced to do it. They want to do it. And people like this, I sort of gotta give props to you guys. Without people like you, it's just hard to live. And many people go to food banks. They drive their cars, collect food in order to survive. Many are barely running on food. And it's just nice to see how people can volunteer and participate like this. And if we didn't have people like this, it'd be a real struggle for many, especially with the state we're in right now. I think it's given opportunities for children and family to sort of stay home and with the comfort of their family. Many, like during online school and Zoom, I see many people standing with their family and stuff. And it's nice to see how people can do better with school, and they can have the comfort of their family to help them with anything if there's any problems. And it's just nice to have that home feeling where you can stay sort of relaxed with all your family and your friends while like having fun with everybody you love while being safe. I think it's nice to see how people can cooperate with each other. It's also given opportunities for people to get jobs. I mean, hospitals need many people. There's patients running in over and over, and people can get jobs at hospitals. Like the cases have spiked, and I've seen many people getting jobs in hospital. A lot of my friends and family members have, and it's sort of nice to see that there are given opportunities to people. And it's nice to see how these opportunities and challenges show us that there are things that you can do in the current state. It's not all negative, and you should always think about the positive, because you never know if something is really bad and something is good, not as good unless you try it. And it's nice to see how people can try new things that can help your community or just help the world be a better place in general.
Okay. Thank you, Viva. Our third contestant is Darsan Hamal.
name is Joshua Hamal. I'm in the 8th grade, and I'm from Mansfield, Connecticut, and I will be sharing opportunities and challenges that I noticed from the COVID-19 situation. Because it's a really bad situation, and there's some good things come out of it too. But I will be sharing the challenges and opportunities today. Now, my first example of a challenge was after like the economy changes, things like that. There was the closings of public places, and what this means, you can't go to Disneyland with your children anymore. You can't go to the park and have fun anymore. You can't go to the store that's a block around and just get a gallon of milk anymore. You got to walk all the way to the convenience store a mile away. And that's basically what happened in the situation here. Most public places were closed. And yeah, so I myself, I like to go out in public places sometimes, depends on where it is. But when my favorite public places became closed, it's kind of sad, but oh well, this is what's gonna happen. But then, some other people, like they might not like it because there's a lot of people who like to go to the mall, do shopping, all that stuff. So yeah, it did affect others, and like most people didn't really like what was happening. Like on myself, I was like all right with it, but yeah. So if you need to like get supplies, then like it was very hard to get supplies because of like the stores just closing. It's hard to like it was just hard to like get a plumber. Like if your plumbing was kind of jammed, like you don't know who would fix it, well then it was kind of tough luck, because then like all the plumbers, they'd be locked in lockdown and nobody could fix it. So you're gonna have to fix it yourself, and yeah, that's basically how things work around these days. And the second example I have that COVID-19 affected was the mental health. And around like when COVID-19 started to like really become big in the US, I remember I would like look at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all those social media apps that always have videos of someone being like, oh, what's going on? Like my father, he's coughing up blood. Like my mother, he's doing, I don't know, just showing symptoms of COVID-19. And when family members would show symptoms of COVID-19, it would like, we'd obviously be worried. We'd wonder what is going on and why is this happening? And what this made a lot of people worry. And since this was starting to become more common, a lot of people started to worry on what was going to happen. And that's causing mental health problems. Because if someone if someone didn't know what COVID-19 was, like they didn't like know it was an actual thing, and they find out that one of their family members has it, and there's like no cure for it yet, then they're gonna obviously freak out. They're gonna be like, oh no, wait, what's gonna happen to them? Are they gonna die? So yeah, that's what happened, and that's what happened to our mental health. But our mental health is still building up now to this day, which is really good. We're starting to recover. Now, there are some good things that come out of COVID-19 too. Now, my first example of a good thing that COVID-19 did is that it helped create more stronger connections. It helped build stronger communities. And what I mean by this is that, there'd be more family time together. So there'd be more family time together. So I know that I wouldn't like spend time with my family a lot, and like back in when COVID-19 was a thing, I would just sit on the couch playing video games because that's just who I was. And then like when COVID came around the corner, school's getting closed, everything's just getting closed. And yeah, so obviously I don't want to play video games all day in my house. So what I would do, my mom, she likes to hike around. She likes to walk around, hike. She likes to explore, So she would take me and my sister to go walking. And even though I'm not really a hiking person, it does matter because we're creating memories. That's all that matters. And it's always going to be a memory, and family time is always very important. Whether it's always important, to have family time. Whether your dad lives in another country, his family time always matters. So that's basically the first thing that first example of good thing COVID-19 did, because everyone didn't really have anything to do. So I was able to spend time with my family. And yeah, so my second example of a good thing that COVID-19 did was environment. So the environment, oh my God, it's terrible these days. But before COVID-19 came around the corner, the environment, oh my God, in some cities, the air would be polluted, and then there'd be water pollution. The life was just not stable in most places. But what happened is that since a bunch of factories had to close down, carbon emissions dropped down by around like 9%. And what that means is that carbon emissions dropped down by around 2 billion tons. And what this means is that global warming, since global warmings are caused by carbon emissions, this means that there wasn't that much global warming to even begin with now. So now there are still air pollutions, it's still thing going on, but it still dropped down, and by 8%, that's a lot of progress that COVID-19 did, to drop down. And yes, some of the cities, I know there was a city in Mongolia that had polluted air, and I forgot its name, but it does have clean air now. So that's what happened. And now the third example of a good thing COVID-19 did, the third thing COVID-19 was able to do, we were able to work on ourselves. I was able to just do the things I love, and I'm more of I like to just play video games, hang out with my friends, and I would just play video games with my friends online, and sometimes just make cool little fun videos with them. And it'd always be good times because that's the things I love to do. And it was a really nice break from school too, because there'd be projects and stuff to kind of sometimes stress me out, and then I just hang out with my friends online to play video games. And yeah, it was a thing that really calmed me down. So I think it was worth a good thing, because COVID-19 allowed us to work on ourselves. And yeah, so that's my final example of a good thing COVID-19 did. And let me explain the last one. I'm gonna the third example, it'd be people who don't know what they were doing, because maybe if they have an important job, they weren't able to do lots of things, so they're able to work on themselves. Okay, so that was my last example of something COVID-19 did, and I thank you guys for all watching this speech. And I'm sorry, I apologize for the late response. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. And
Okay, thank you, Darshan. Our fourth contestant is Donna Guru.
Give me a second.
Honorable Chairperson, respected judges, and all of the audiences. Today, I feel so thankful and glad to grab such a great opportunity to deliver my perspective of the situation the world is going through. And the topic of today's speech is COVID-19 challenges and opportunities. Thinking of COVID-19, me as a student, I feel a lot of fear to even talk with my friends, to even walk in those hallways, and a lot of grief to all those people who lost their lives. As we all know, the outbreak of COVID-19 was reported late December of 2019, but it became a huge pandemic in early March of 2020. and still the whole world is suffering a lot. Throughout the year of 2020, we faced a lot of obstacles. But I'm happy to see that in the times of suffering, we as a world are hand by hand helping each other to stand still in these dreadful times. This pandemic took thousands of innocents' life and millions of happiness. Throughout this trialful year, we still made it through 2021, which gives us hope and a reason to survive. We went through numerous challenges. Some challenges shown in a recent survey that 45% of adults feel stress or worry related to coronavirus pandemic, which has a negative impact in their mental health. The enormous scale of crisis and social isolation, family routines, cabin fever, and disrupted work, naturally causing a lot of fear among these people. And it is understandable that their mental health is suffering a lot. Coronavirus has a lot of dark sides. All across the world, people get ill and die. School closed. Companies face bankruptcy. Stock market collapse. And employees lose their job. Also, the government have to spend billions on bailouts and medical aid. Whether directly hurt or not, COVID-19 has become a huge stressor for us, triggering our fear and our uncertainties across the globe. It has also created a huge crisis and challenge for us as a normal people or commoner. The poorest of the poor are the most vulnerable to the compounding impact of COVID-19 and on global food system. And food shortages, increasing price of foods all across the world. And on top of that, agricultural and natural disasters, such as extreme weather events requiring years of recovery, army worms sweeping all over the continent, hurting food production in local, regional, and national systems. Racial and ethnic disparities. Our system fails to ensure to care for the people of color, resulting in higher rates of illness related to COVID-19. It has also created an education crisis. Most schools all over the world are temporarily shut down in order to ensure social distancing and slow viral transmission. As a part of education system and as a student, the logic of going digital is not simple. It has a complex ingredients like urgency with dealing with virtual management system, digital fluency, and much more with social isolation and boredom of technologies. But besides all these dark sides and challenges, we also gain some good opportunities. Opportunities like being a human and following the path of humanity. Some other opportunities like spending time with family and friends. Reflect and consider our personal goals for life. And also forcing us to think how we are and how we think things for granted. Lastly, in conclusion, I would just like to say that coronavirus is not just happen to one ethnic group or one group of people with different color or race. It can happen to us or you. And it is creating a lot of challenges, but besides that, it is also creating a lot of opportunities. It is in our hand, whether to grab challenges and step back, sit down and fear, or to grab the opportunity, move and become unstoppable. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna, for your rousing speech. So our fifth contestant is Janaki Nyopane.
The coronavirus pandemic has wreaked havoc across the world. It gave unprecedented challenges with immediate impact on our daily lives. We were forced to live in what seemed as though a whole new world. Schools went from a 2-week break to what's now been over a year. It altered the way we go about our normal daily lives. With social distancing from the ones we love, wearing masks when going anywhere, and staying at home unless necessary. The pandemic, with no doubt, brought many challenges and devastation. However, it also gave us many opportunities to reflect, learn, grow, and adjust. Daily lives shifted from in-person meetings to hosting calls on online platforms. Sharing meals changed from tables to FaceTimes. Schools altered from classrooms to Zoom or Google Meet. Healthcare workers fought every day with the virus. Countless hours spent at the hospital with patients exposed to COVID, not being able to eat on time, or even see their families, or even get a proper night's sleep. Personally, I faced more challenges during the pandemic rather than learn lessons. After school closed and became all virtual, I lost all motivation for school. I constantly found myself struggling to get schoolwork done. Slowly, my grades slipped, and at the end of the semester, all I could do was upset. Like many other people, the pandemic gave us a lot of time in which we didn't really have due to all the plans we would have normally had. All that time was now spent making TikTok dances or learning new recipes and overthinking. Throughout quarantine, I struggled to get myself together mentally, and I'm sure a lot of people also went through the same thing, being basically prisoned in the house, not being able to interact or meet anyone, made it really difficult for everyone. When normally we would hold gatherings, it was impossible to do that now anymore with the fear of the virus. The pandemic also taught us the importance of hygiene. More than ever, we were now constantly washing and sanitizing our hands in hopes to lessen the risks of contracting the virus. All in all, the coronavirus pandemic brought all of us great pain, and we had to struggle our way through it. Being able to experience it all, and it felt unreal to say the least. I'm thankful for the opportunities it provided us with and the lessons that we learned, and I'm proud of everyone for being able to get through the challenges it projected. Thank you.
Thank you, Janaki. Our sixth contestant is Kushal Gowli.
Namaste, my name is Kushal Gowli. I'm in 7th grade. I'm 12 years old. I currently attend Cedric Middle School in West Hartford, Connecticut. And today I would like to present my speech to you, COVID-19, Challenges and Opportunities. The human race has gone through many catastrophic events, and the most recent right now has been COVID-19. COVID-19 has caused many problems to occur. For example, the economy crashed, people went homeless, and it's caused various amount of physical, mental, and mental problems. COVID-19 started in the city of Wuhan, China. The first case was reported in December of 2019, but the world didn't shut down until March of 2020. Since then, the world has been shut down for almost a year now. And so out of the CDC guidelines and how CDC has, the CDC and how the World Health Organization have researched this virus, they say it transmits from one person to another person in various different ways, like getting into within 6 feet of someone and interacting with them. This pandemic has affected human civilization in various amount of ways. First of all, I'd like to discuss its effect on human health. According to worldometers.info, since then 2 million people have died from this virus, 119 million have contracted it, and 67 million have recovered. Those 67 million now have long-term health respiratory effects, and probably more from those 119 million people who have contracted it. Once they survive, they will also have long-term respiratory effects. Another factor hard hit by this pandemic is the economy. The economy crashed because people lost their jobs and small businesses couldn't afford to stay open. The small businesses not being able to stay open means a lot of people lost their jobs as well. And this created a huge economic crisis in the world. And people lost their job and they had to sell their personal items to live. And all types of transportation was grounded. So, people, if they still had to work, they still couldn't go anywhere if they took the bus or something. And this led off to a humanitarian crisis after that. But despite its negative effects on humans, we still see a lot of positive things happen. According to Washington Post, Amazon has created 400,000 jobs during this pandemic. That's even more than the population of Anchorage, Alaska. This shows how much Amazon created opportunities during this hard time. Similarly, some tech companies emerged and grew during this pandemic. To name a few, there are Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, Instacart, and much more. A lot of them are virtual meeting companies like Zoom and Google Meets, Microsoft Teams, and a lot of them are food and grocery companies, like I just named. But that's not the only benefit. So this environment actually got to recover after a long time of just pollution floating in the sky. For example, you could see the Himalayas from Punjab in India during lockdown because people weren't out and about. And the Punjab is about 450 kilometers from the Himalayas, or about 280 miles from the Himalayas. And what this means is that the global pollution levels are decreasing now because no one's out and no one's polluting the air anymore. And there's less people going out to pollute the air. So there's a lot more meaning just behind a beautiful scenery, which is a lot better because then it just shows that the global pollution levels are decreasing by a lot. So the same thing happened in Italy, in Venice. So the canals were finally clean for the first time, and you could see through them. You could see the fish through them. You could see all the wildlife and all the animals through them, which is also good because Venice has 20 million visitors every year, and those 20 million are contributing to the pollution levels in Venice. But you can also finally spend time with your family during this pandemic, during this fast-paced world, and yeah, you can actually take care of yourself as well, and you can do more things for yourself and have more of a peace of mind and more meditation and stuff like that. So in conclusion, everything has a good and bad side to it, whether it's a global pandemic or not. Thank you.
Thank you, Kushal. So our seventh contestant is Om Nyopani.
Hi, my name is Om Nupin, and today I would like to share to you coronavirus opportunities and challenges. So obviously there's been a lot of problems with coronavirus and the effect of its people with it and without it. Many people have been feeling bored and stuck inside their homes during the first few months of quarantine, especially people who live in small cramped apartments because they feel like they are trapped inside their house. A lot of people have been going crazy inside their own homes, but then the quarantine laws got calmed down and people could go out. This helped the situation a lot since people were craving going outside and walking in the park and going out to eat and a lot of other things. There were also glove and mask shortages in the US. Due to the high demand of those two products, this made it very tough for people to go outside because many places needed masks and baby gloves to enter. Not only were there mask and glove shortages, but also Chromebook shortages too. Since the government put in a new way to attend school from home, which is online learning, schools needed Chromebooks to supply the kids. So schools had ordered massive shipments of Chromebooks. My school even ordered some for the new 5th graders sometime last summer. They still haven't gotten their order. This shows how bad the shortage really is. Also, it's been really tough on the elderly. The elderly have to be stuck inside their homes, probably separated from their relatives because the elderly are seen to have trouble with technology. So they might have some trouble with contacting their relatives. Also, if they have any problems, like if they fell down the stairs or something, people might not hear them because they're stuck inside their homes. And there might not be a caretaker for them, like a nurse or something. Also, the same thing with others. They also feel a sense of loneliness, so it's been very tough for them during quarantine. Also, due to quarantine, travel has been a lot more strict. I heard one story where a student who was studying abroad got stuck in a foreign country. I don't exactly remember the country's name, but I do know that it was in Europe. He was stuck there for maybe 2 weeks to a month or so. And thankfully, he got back home safely. But this shows how bad quarantine has made it for travel. A guy was thousands of miles away from home where he should have been, but got stuck in some other country. Quarantine really has made it tough for travel. Now, I can't say that everything about quarantine has been bad. There are some good things, like for me, staying home and not having to wake up at 6:30 in the morning is a plus. But also that we realize that money is a lot more important than we thought it was. We can see that people aren't getting paid as much as they used to because they are staying home. So they are forced to cut corners and save money where they can. That makes us learn that you shouldn't go off spending money like you're a millionaire. It teaches us that it's very important and gave us a good habit of saving money for the future. So in conclusion, there are many things about quarantine that are bad, but we should look on the bright side. We should look at what we learned. My name is Omnipin, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Om. Last but not least, we have our 8th contestant, Sadhana Lama.
Hold on. Real quick.
COVID-19 challenges and opportunities. If somebody told you everybody in this world would be working from home, attending school online, and wearing masks everywhere they go, what would you think? It seems crazy at first, but here we are. Everyone experienced the unthinkable in just 12 months. COVID-19 has both positive and negative impacts on our daily lives. To begin, many people lost their jobs. Not having a job means they can't provide for their family. Those people who did have a job had to transition from an office desk to an online Zoom meeting, which is also a challenge. Talking about Zoom meetings, students all around the world had to attend school through Zoom, including myself. And students struggled and lacked motivation to do work, which led to procrastination, to missing assignments, to stress. Adults, teenagers, young children, we all struggle to maintain ourselves. Going out to buy groceries wasn't the same as before. We had to wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, and the limited amount of resources. In our day-to-day lives, we couldn't meet our friends and families. The social connection was getting weaker and weaker day by day. Even though COVID-19 has brought us and shown us the dark times and its challenges, we fought back and we found many opportunities along our way. And because of COVID, we had to stay home a lot. And we had a lot of time in our hands. And people use the time to be creative and learn a new skill, such as baking, painting, and other stuff. This made me realize how creative people are. And another opportunity or positive impact I saw was on our environment. When people started staying home, our air quality was getting much better and was improving over time.
it was better than ever, and it was improving more and in a way that nobody would have imagined. Now, what we learned from our COVID experience is to be kind, respectful, and support each other's in our dark times, not to take anything for granted. It allows us to reconnect and reconsider, reorganize on the things we do, how we do it, and why we do it in the future. Thank you.
Okay, so those were our 8 contestant speeches. Thank you so much to all the participants. You should really be very proud of yourself for producing these speeches, especially in these unprecedented and difficult times. I know that it can be extremely fatiguing and futile to even look for positivity and light at the end of the tunnel when we're still living in this pandemic, but your speeches were insightful and inspiring and hopeful. Listening to your speeches also really reminded me of how far we have gone, how much we have gone through this last year as a community, as well as how far we've come. We've seen the worst in humanity, but also the best. And I know that I speak for everyone here when I say that you all did a wonderful job. So thank you for participating and letting us hear your voices and your thoughts. Now, because the oratory contest is structured differently this year, we do have a few changes. We actually already have the winners for today's contest, since everything was pre-recorded, meaning that all 3 judges have already received, viewed, and assessed all the speeches. So I will now invite Chief Judge and District Governor Heidi Zakara to come and say a few remarks and to announce the winners of this year's contest.
As you said, what an awesome contest. And I think it is a great initiative that the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club has developed to have this oratorical contest. There's none other that I'm aware of. I don't even know about around the world. Raj, maybe you know, or Madhav, or Jaya, whatever. I'm not sure, but I think it's awesome. It gives students a platform to create a speech and to compete along with others. And it's a nice kind of competition. What a wonderful opportunity and experience for the students and everyone who gets the chance to watch it. And I'd like to congratulate everybody in the club and all the contestants for sharing their ideas and their thoughts. And now, without further ado, I guess it's time to announce the top 3 contestants. Drum roll. 3rd place is Aliska Sapokata. Am I close? Okay, 3rd place. Excellent, congratulations. 2nd is Sarhana Lama. Congratulations. And 1st place is Donna Gurung. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
Yay, thank you so much, DG Heidi. So congratulations to Donna, Sadhana, and Aliska for being this year's Youth Oratory Contest winner. Now I just want to take a moment to talk about the contest prizes and certificates. This year, the 3rd place contestant will receive a $100 check. 2nd place will receive a $150 check. And 1st place will receive a $200 check. However, that's not all. All other contestants will be receiving a $25 check just as a show of our appreciation for participating. In terms of the distribution of the prizes and certificates, the Lions Club will be handing them off in person. They will try to coordinate with the individual contestant to figure out a time and place to safely deliver the prizes and certificates. However, if that's a physical handoff is not feasible, they will try to mail out all of the prizes and certificates so that you get them. And now before we continue on to the end of our program, I just want to give a moment to Donna, Sadhana, or Aliska if they want to say anything, just so we can hear from the contestants themselves. Donna, Sadhana, any of you want to join in? Just unmute yourself. I'll just wait a little bit more if they, I don't know if they didn't hear me. Dana, Sadhana, Aliska.
Here.
Dana is ready, I think. Dana is here.
Donna's here.
I see Dana and I see Sadhana, both.
Okay,
I
so
don't
then
see
Dana.
Aliska.
Go ahead, Dana. I see you.
Dana, we'd like to hear you.
Okay. Well, I would like to thank Zion Girl for giving me such a great opportunity to represent me. Like the skills that I didn't even discover when I was back in Nepal, and he gave me this great opportunity, and I'm so thankful for him. And thank you, Zion Girl, and also I'm so thankful for the Lion Club to give such a great opportunity for us as a youth, like for middle schooler and high schooler, to gain confidence in ourselves, like doing speeches in mass. Like it's not simple, and when I did it, I feel great and I feel confident. I feel being me, and I'm so thankful for all of the, and then also thankful from all of the participants, because they too have felt that, I think they too have felt the same thing that I felt, is we gained a little bit confidence, and we threw a lot of nervousness back behind because of this good opportunity of speaking in masses. I'm so thankful, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Good job. Sadhana or Aliska, this is another chance if you guys want to say anything.
I would just like to say thank you for this platform and opportunity, allowing us to speak about all the real situations in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so exciting. So now I would like to invite the first Vice District Governor, Ed, to say a few remarks.
Thank you, Lion Zainab. Again, I'd like to echo DG Heidi's comments. This is a fantastic program that the Hartford County Everest Lions do, giving the students the opportunity to develop their speaking skills and a platform to do so. This is a great program. To all 8 students who participated this year, you guys did a great job. The fact that you're willing to get up and speak in front of your peers and in front of other people and videotape and put yourself out there like that. That's fantastic, getting your ideas out. And just to the winner, Donna, I'd just like to say you have a great energy level. Your entire speech from beginning to end was just very, very energetic, and that helped make you stand out. Again, congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, VDG Ed. Now I invite Judge Dr. Gandhi Vadrai, Uncle, if he would like to say any remarks.
Thank you, Janet. Congratulations to all of the participants, regardless whether you win a prize or not. Definitely, you have done a great job. And you talked about the challenges and opportunities, and this program itself, at the very macro level, it shows the challenges we had. We could not meet in person. We went through all these technological things, and then opportunities. Here we have been able to conduct this program online, and it went very well. And we had such a great enthusiasm and participation despite all those technical difficulties and challenges you might have faced. But I think you learned the lesson going through your online class at school, and you definitely went through a lot of challenges. Like each of you brought different perspectives. Somebody talked about the mental health issue. Somebody talked about like economic collapse and how it was mitigated. And then some of you mentioned about the questionable education quality, and the world will not be the same. So we had a lot of challenges, and we also got some opportunities. It is not easy to see the opportunity in such a great pandemic. It's one of the worst, but definitely there were online platforms, and although we're socially distanced, but now we feel that we have to be connected more often to our peers and community. And then in the short run, we had a very great environmental impact. And then we also saw somebody mention that like leadership pillar, or the opportunity for the new leadership, how it should be done, what is the proper planning, how to prepare ourselves. So that is a quality of the leadership. So if you see that something is failing, then you know how to fix it. So you learn the lesson from that. So everybody brought a different perspective from different angle. Somebody just from the pure student's point of view, somebody is kind of a community leader. So this is how we grow, and I'm very pleased with the outcome that as a community we can do a lot, and thank you for participating.
Thank you, Dr. Gandhi. So now I will invite Leo Club President Mamta Malla to say a few remarks.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mamta. Like Zina said, I am the president of Leo's Club. We are sponsored by Hartford Lions Club, and we just started our organization back in September, so we're kind of new as well. But I just wanted to say I'm so proud of all the students who participated today, and I don't know if I was that mature at that age. The fact that you guys like focused on like, you know, pros and cons, and like ended on like the good stuff that came out of the pandemic, and it's so good. I love the fact that you guys are putting yourself out there. It's amazing. We like to see that. And Leo Club is actually all about youth. You know, we want to be the voice of the youth, and we want to make sure that our voices are heard, especially in our Nepali community, because I know it's really hard to like, you know, step up and like speak up with our parents and stuff. So I'm so glad that like we have young leaders who are stepping out and not afraid to speak up. We need that. And if you guys want to join Leo's Club, please come join us, Zenith. And I would be very happy to welcome you to Leo's Club.
Yes, please join. It's very, very fun. Thank you, Mamta. So now I invite Lumbini Lions Club President, Lion Narendra Dev Pant, for some remarks.
Hello, and good evening to everyone joining through virtual meeting in the program. And thanks to the Master of Ceremony, Janet, for providing me remarks personally and on behalf of my club as well. Respected Chief Judge of this oratory contest, District Governor Heidi Jakira, Judge, First District Vice Governor Ed Fenton, Judge Lion Gandhi Bhattarai, Second District Vice Governor Dave Robert, John Chair Rasreshta, Club President Madhavatreya, Hartford Sagarmatha Leo Club President Mamata Malla, Program Coordinator Lion Jairai, fellow Lions and the dear participants of today's oratory contest. The motto of Lions Club International is to bring changes in the community through our solemn endeavors, no matter how big or small. And every program is being declared successful if we perceive the noticeable positive impacts on the targeted community. In the very context, Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club has been doing an incredible job since the date of its establishment. Together with many other programs, the oratory contest also has an exemplary impact in the youth generation who knows very well how important it is to have an oratory skill for their future endeavors. Hundreds of high school level youths have already taken part so far, and I believe that they would certainly not deny how helpful it was in their lives. They have found it as the platform to test their oratory skill, self confidence, and knowledge. I would like to congratulate the winners of today's program and all the other participants too for uh, their uh, attempt. Today's oratory contest has provided the great opportunity to the participants to think and express publicly in the form of a contest what problems they have really faced and what positive aspect of this type of crisis brings for us if we are creative and daring personality during critical pandemic time. For their attempt to uh, present themselves as the good speaker too. I would like to congratulate the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club for the successful conduction of its fourth oratory contest and impart my best wishes for more effective and exemplary programs yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you. So next, I would like to invite Charter President and Zone Chair of Lions District 23B, Lion Raj Shrestha, for some remarks.
Mute. Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Leo Janith Rai, Chief Judge and District Governor of our Lions District 23B, Lion Heidi Jakhira, Judges, First Vice District Governor Ed Fenton and Dr. Gandhi Bhattrai, Second Vice District Governor Deb Roberts, and President of Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club, Lion Madhav Atre, West Hartford Lumini Lions Club President, Lion Narendra Panta, and we also have a charter president of newly chartered Lions Club in Orlando, charter president of Greater Orlando, Lord Buddha Lions Club, Lion Nizananda Malla. Welcome to the program. And Leo Club President, Leo Club Hartford, Sagarmatha Leo Club President, Leo Mamta Malla. As a charter president of this Lions Club, I'm so glad that we are continuing the youth oratorical contest for the 4th year. I hope that this contest will definitely help develop speaking skills, leadership skills, and encourage the contestants to think about their responsibilities to their community now and in the future. There are many platforms to serve our communities, but the Lions Clubs International is the largest humanitarian organization that has 48,000 clubs worldwide and 1.4 million members. Lions Clubs work locally and globally. Our club is working with the Lions Club in Nepal to uplift the condition of an elementary school. We helped 200 families of flood victims in eastern part of Nepal with blankets, mosquito nets, toiletry, and foods 2 years ago. So Lions Clubs work, your local Lions Club can work locally and globally. That's what we're doing. We are a small club, but our members have big heart. Our members are service-minded people, and they really would like to serve our community from the bottom of their heart. The fresh example is this oratorical contest where 18 Lions and non-Lions have provided financial support. Thank you so much, all of you for all of support. As the zone chair of Lions Club, Lions District 23B, I extend a lot of good wishes to all of you and highly appreciate the service you have been tirelessly providing to our community locally and globally. Congratulations to the winners and best wishes to the rest of the participants. Keep participating in the upcoming years to sharpen your public speaking, analyzing social issues, and planning on how we could help our communities in needs. I wish all the best for your future endeavor in service to our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle. So next, I would like to invite the second VDG, Dave Roberts, to come and give a few remarks.
Well, I want to tell all of our contestants how proud I am of each and every one of you. Just to enter this contest took courage and skill and stamina. And as our district governor and others have said, public speaking is such an important skill. And this year, it's even a different skill because instead of talking in front of a group of people where you can see their reactions, you had to record your speeches and you didn't know the reaction you might get. There might have been you or a sibling or a parent in the room, but nobody really else. So it was really a different experience. And I think our future looks bright with all of you young folks that will be coming up. And I hope all of you will continue to stay involved. You'll find, as our Vice District Governor said, public speaking is a skill that will last your entire life and will help you reach the highest pinnacles. So I do have to do one shout out to your third place winner, who comes from the club sponsored by my home club. So Eliska, I was very proud of you.
Thank you. Okay, so to close the program now, I invite Lions Club President Lion Madhavatreya to come and give a few remarks and to give a vote of thanks to everyone.
Thank you, Janit. Namaste, everybody. Good evening. Chief Judge, I'm a District Governor of Lions District 23B, Lion ID Jakara. Judge, I'm a first Vice District Governor, Lion 8 Fenton. Second Vice District Governor, Dave Robert. Joint Chair, I'm a Charter President of Lion Raj Shrestha. Judge, Lion Gandhi Batroy. President of West Hartford Lumini Lions Club, Narendra Dev Panta. I am Charter President of Greater Orlando Lord Buddha Lion Club, Nirandan Malla. I know all participants, I know all my fellow Lions, I know Leo clubs too. I'm so excited, happy that fourth youth oratorical contest is just concluded. Building confidence and developing oratorical skills are the major purpose of this contest. We have received tremendous support from our community and from our Lions District 23B, especially from District Governor Heidi Jakera and First Vice District Governor Ed Fenton. You both have encouraged us to revive this program we almost quit this year. We just like to thank you both, District Governor Heidi and First District Governor Ed Fenton, for your support. I thank you, Dr. Gandhi Bhatrai, for accepting to judge the contestant. You have always been helpful. This year, third times here as a judge, and thank you for joining our Lions Club, and congratulations and best wishes on being elected as a second vice president of our Lions Club for the next line year. I would like to thank contestant for participating in this contest. Without you, this contestant will not have been here tonight. You may practice in the 5th Youth Oratorical Contest next year as well. You may join Leo Club and be involved in a community service if you want. Thank you so much for that. I would also like to thank parents of contestants who have sent consent to have their children participate in this oratory contest. Your determination has certainly helped our children learn something that they have shared with all of us tonight. Thank you again so much. I would like to thank Hartford Sagarmatha Leo Club crew, especially Hartford Sagarmatha Leo Club President Mamata Malla and second Vice President Janit Rai, who took care of Zoom and handled the job as a master ceremony representatively. Leos are doing well. Thank you both, you, Mamata and Janit. I would like to thank all my fellow community members who provided financial support for this contestant. They are as follow. Lion Champa Shrestha from her beauty salon, Champa's Shogun studio, and John Chair and charter president of our Lions Club, Raj Shrestha. Lion Narendra Dev Panta, president of West Hartford Lumini Lions Club. Lion Prakash Thakur, president-elect of SCAC Lions Club. Lion Madhav, myself. Lion Navin Chetri, Lion Rojiv Shrestha, Lion Jay Rai, Lion Robin Tumampe, Lion Ganesh Gowli, Lion Vishnu Raut, Lion Tejas Bikram Malla, Lion Harisaran Panta, Lion Jitendra Basnit, and Lion 8 Fenton First District Governor. And from non-Lions community members are as follow. Ghanesham Khadka, Bhadra Rai, Purushottam Dhakal. On the behalf of SCAC Lions Club, I would like to thank you all from my bottom of my heart. I highly appreciate it and would like to thank from the bottom of my heart our club's first Vice President and coordinator of this program, Lion Jai Rai. Lion Jai Rai has brought a quality program in front of us tonight. We have just seen his dedication of this project and a community to bring a quality program. I honor and salute to our dedication and hard work. Last but not the least, our charter president and joint chair, Lion Raj Shrestha, who is a pioneer of youth oratory contest in Lions community in Connecticut, and who has always been a backbone of our club, leading us through thick and thin and ups and downs, encouraging us to learn and share. He has provided tremendous help and support from the very beginning to moment of this program. On behalf of all members of our club, I would like to thank you so much. Please accept my apology if I haven't forgot anyone who have helped us to successfully conduct this program. Thank you, and I appreciate to all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Lion Madhav Funkal. So to close, I just want to say a deep thank you for everyone who made this event successful. Without your support, today's event would not have been possible. Thank you for being here despite the chaos of the world and the fact that we couldn't meet together. What we did here today, joining in on this Zoom call, listening to each other, giving the youth a platform, this is how we empower each other, and this is how we build a better community. And with that, I will now adjourn this 4th Youth Oratorical Contest. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful evening.